So someone is finally catching up to something I've said dozens of times on here, eh? Of course, she knew about the RF. Firstly, we study it in our history classes here in the US. Second, she did more than one blog about the RF, one about Catherine's wedding, one about her fashion, and one about watching Diana's funeral, and that is 3 that I know of. There could be more. As an actress, part of her job is to research what she's playing and so forth, so, of course, she researched them. To say you didn't know much about your future husband, a prince who was at one time very popular, but admit you watched the funeral and mention H&W in the blog, shows you to be a liar. She also knew about curtsying and so forth, as there is a video out there of her as a child at another kid's birthday party where she grabbed the crown off the birthday girl's head and sat on the throne and then proceeded to order everyone to call her Her Majesty and to curtsy and bow to her. The chick has a long history of being a narcissistic liar, so it's about time that it caught up with what I and others have pointed out here many times. Meghan Markle released the first episode of her highly anticipated podcast on Tuesday. The Duchess of Sussex sat down with her friend and legendary tennis player Serena Williams to talk about the negative connotations surrounding ambitious women. Meghan touched on her own experiences of being labeled, claiming she did not feel the negative connotation of ambition until she met her husband, Prince Harry. If anyone believes her when she said she didn't know who Prince Harry was, they are as deluded as she is. She's just a constant liar. She knew exactly who he was, how to manipulate him. She has a history of that, and how to alienate him from his family. She has a history of that as well. The only thing that hasn't worked is her yearning to be in charge of the royal family. Never mind, love, you've blown it now. Despite being a successful Hollywood actress, Meghan has previously admitted that she was not prepared for the public attention she would receive from dating a royal. In their engagement interview in 2017, the Duchess claimed she did not know much about the royal family and did not realize how famous Harry was in the UK. 4 years later, in the now infamous Oprah interview, Meghan admitted that she did not do much research into the royals before her wedding to the prince. She told the host, "Thank God I didn't know a lot about the family. Thank God I hadn't researched. I would have been so in my head about it." Nutmeg was not a successful Hollywood actress. She worked on a cable series in Canada. She was not the star of the show. Most people had never heard of her until she snagged Harry. Doesn't sound like a successful Hollywood actress to me. I don't know where the Express got the idea Meg was a successful Hollywood actress. She was a B-grade actress in a B-grade sitcom made in Canada. Canada is a long way from Hollywood, and the Hollywood elite had no knowledge of her until they received a wedding invitation. However, an unearthed post from Meghan's defunct blog, The Dig, suggests that the former actress may have known more than she initially confessed to. In 2014, just 2 years before her blind date with Harry, Meghan blogged about the wedding of Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, and Prince William. She wrote, "Little girls dream of being princesses. I, for one, was all about Shira, Princess of Power. And grown women seem to retain this childhood fantasy. Just look at the pomp and circumstance surrounding the royal wedding and endless conversation about Princess Kate." Speaking on an episode of Pod Save the Queen in February, Zoe Forsey, the online features editor at the Daily Mirror, said, "It was a really popular blog post. My favorite blog post was when she blogged about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's wedding, having watched it as a non-royal." Royal editor Russell Myers interjected, "But didn't know anything about the royal family or who they were or who Prince Harry was. I mean, come on. Moreover, in May last year, an old photograph of Meghan holding a magazine with the Duchess of Cambridge on the cover resurfaced, which brought about further questions over what she really knew about them before marrying the Duke. I have always maintained the view that Markle was after a title and would have gone after anyone to get it. She's a two-bit, D-actor, who duped the vulnerable Prince Harry into marriage. If she didn't have the title and Harry on her arm, she would not have been given a second glance in La La Land. As far as being a princess, she has neither the style nor the class to ever attain that position." The picture, originally shared in October 2014, the same year the Duchess of Sussex wrote about Kate's 2011 royal wedding, shows Meghan posing with a copy of You magazine, a glossy Irish women's publication, which bore a headline about her future sister-in-law Kate, wrongly suggesting she was having twins. Meghan had contributed to the magazine she was holding, and had shared inside how her favorite sunglasses were her Ray-Ban aviators. While it is possible to suspect that Meghan knew who the Duchess of Cambridge was at the time, it is unlikely that she had any idea that they would become sisters-in-law just 4 years later. In her engagement interview, Meghan said that Kate had been wonderful, amazing and a great support. However, the two women have since reportedly fallen out, with tensions initially surfacing amid reports that Meghan made Kate cry over a dress fitting for Princess Charlotte. The Duchess of Sussex later told Oprah that she had been the one left in tears, saying it had been difficult to see a narrative that didn't happen surface 6 months after the ceremony. Give up the Markle sycophancy. The Montes hit shows Meghan never has been and never will be a Hollywood actress. She was apparently a Z-list self-styled actress on a B-rated cable television show that few had ever heard of. She saved the best of whatever acting skills her deluded mind told her she may have for her ongoing attempt to fool the world into believing she is somebody when in reality the majority of us know she at best a third-rate nobody. Long may it rains on her parade. Asked if she made Kate cry, Meghan told Oprah, the reverse happened. A few days before the wedding she was upset about something, pertaining to the flower girl dresses, and it made me cry. And it really hurt my feelings. Kate has not spoken publicly about the interview once. The women came together for the first time in 2 years earlier this year during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. However, the atmosphere between the Sussexes and Cambridges has been described as frosty, and the couples reportedly did not spend any private time together during the celebratory weekend. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex jetted back to the United States on Sunday, June 5. Before the celebrations had finished. She was not a successful Hollywood actress for a start. She appeared in a Canadian cable series and was a yacht girl and showed prizes on a Yankee quiz program of some description. I wonder if the has-been has been trying to work out if she was ever in love with him or his status at the time? Her legs just kept on giving way to him for some reason. This shows us quite clearly why she got her hooks into Harry. It's quite simply because he was a prince and she thought she would be a princess. She even thought she could live in Windsor Castle with the Queen but discovered she was mistaken. Unfortunately, the royals have been on the receiving end of this woman's lies and bullying from the day Harry got engaged to her. The trouble that she has caused with her hatred of Catherine is beyond just envy and shows just how disgusting she is and how much she thought she could achieve will never happen. She will end up a lonely old woman bitter and friendless because of her actions. Her childhood friend Nainaki Pretty said she had Diana's book in her library and that she wanted to be Diana 2.0. Another childhood friend Susie Articani said they watched Diana's funeral at Susie's house and Meghan cried watching it. Meghan blogged about Princess Kate and pomp and the circumstances surrounding the royal wedding in her now-defunct blog in 2014. Then she claimed that she did not know who Harry was in their engagement interview and then claims that she did not Google the royal family in her interview. Meghan, your porker pies are there for everyone to see.